morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading. Today is Thursday the 7th and I understand it's full moon tonight, so time to release and allow things to go. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's joined me on my channel. For whatever reason you've joined me, a big thank you to you. I want to say how much I love you all for your comments and the beautiful things that you are talking to each other about and sharing on the daily diaries. It's so beautiful because you're just really lovely to each other and it's becoming such a really nice community. So I hope that you can join me there. If you want to know anything about me, please remember everything is in the box below: social media platforms, private personal readings. And also I'm about to start up some classes. Sort of things I'm going to introduce will be tarot, reading intuitively, psychic awareness or raising your psychic awareness or developing. I'm also going to do a workshop on healing, so abandonment and attachment issues and how to heal after relationships. And I'm going to run another one as well. I've just got to work out what I want to call it. And I'm going to run them for 4 weeks and then another 4 weeks because I only want to have 10 people in each group so that you can feel safe and talk to each other. So as soon as I've got them ready, I'll put them underneath the page and you can register your interest by sending me an email and I'll take the 10 people that come through first. I'm going to make them $50 a session. I'm only going to get you to commit to one. You don't have to commit to one, so you can do one session on something you want to do. $50 Australian, that is. Anyway, and we'll see how we go with that. Now this morning I'm using the Cosmic Tarot. And we have the Five of Pentacles coming out. Now the Five of Pentacles is always a little bit of a sad card because it talks about being left out in the cold. Now the thing is, in the traditional meaning of the card, there's a church right next door with the lights on. So it's like you might be feeling you're out in the cold, but are you really? Or have you just brought yourself out there? Because sometimes we feel people have left us behind or rejected us, but that's our own feelings. It's not really what they've done, it's how we respond and react. So sometimes we feel like we've been left out in the cold, but really that isn't the way it is. We have gone into our own feelings and our own sadness and our own sort of regrets. So whatever this is for you, it feels like you're feeling either rejected or left out in the cold at the moment. The Two of Swords is here. So the Two of Swords talks about making a decision. It's about really it being a stalemate. It's like having 2 decisions to make, or a decision that's got 2 options to come from it. And the options both don't feel really good for you. So you're not really sure where to go. So rather than make the decision, you're sitting on it. Okay, so Five of Cups, very, very low reading here this morning. So I'm not really sure why we have this reading, but the Five of Cups talks about sadness. It talks about being unable to leave the past behind, despite the fact there are opportunities in front of you. Now in this particular card, she has all 5 cups turned upside down, but she's not looking at the doorway. And the doorway sort of signifies that there is an answer here, but you've just got to move towards the answer rather than focusing on what you've lost. Okay, and then we have the Four of Cups. Very glum reading this morning. The Four of Cups talks about being dissatisfied with what's being offered. I feel like you're about to turn a corner here. To me, all this energy here is like, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. This guy, look at him. I'm bored of this. I'm over this. I want to do something about it. I want to move forward. I want to make the decision to move out of this energy and to walk towards something that brings in my balance, that helps me co-create with the universe. So there's a very strong feeling here that you're trying to move forward here and let go of past heartbreak and sadness. Okay, so that definitely tells me that because we have the Two of Wands coming up first. Now the Two of Wands is a card of having a path, a new path opening up for you. and you're already on one path. So you're trying to decide whether, this always looks like Freddie Mercury to me, walking down one path, or whether you stay with the path that's tried and true. So the universe is sort of enticing, encouraging you to move in a new direction. I do notice that there's a little lotus flower here, which sort of signifies new life. So it may be that you're being given an opportunity here to move in a completely different direction. But I feel like you're making this decision for yourself here. Yeah, look at this. Wow, what a tough reading. Okay, so the Eight of Swords is a card of getting stuck in your head. I really have this strong feeling that people want to come out of this energy. So I'm feeling here we're being shown this because we're saying now, that's enough, we need to move forward. The Eight of Swords is being stuck. It's stuck in your own head and feeling unable to escape the thoughts and the feelings that you have around you. So, but this is self-imposed imprisonment. This is self-imposed. It's not real. None of it's real. None of the cards. The energy is not real. This energy is the energy of the Five of Pentacles that you've put yourself in for some reason. No one else has to be blamed for this. This is your energy feeling like you can't move forward, you're stuck in your own thoughts, you're not really looking at what's in front of you, you're too focused on what's behind. Okay, so for some of you here, this could have to do with the person, possibly a Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. I feel that maybe an offer you wanted didn't come through. Maybe you were waiting for someone to reciprocate love for you and that didn't happen. And now you're feeling because this person has not been in contact with you or has not maybe responded to you, communicated with you. Whatever this is for you, I feel that you're there's this sort of feeling that you are feeling despondent, but there's some sort of feeling of either awakening or facing a new day here with a very different idea or attitude. Because you're coming up as the Queen of Wands. So that means you're taking charge here. You're starting to understand your own power. You're starting to understand your own leadership ability. And so it's like you're understanding your own value. You know that you're worthy of something more, but you're leaving something behind here. You're no longer letting it affect you. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So we have here the water signs, the fire signs, and now the earth signs all represented here. So you could be dealing with any of those people. The Queen of Pentacles is very different. She's very loving, kind, and nurturing. And I feel perhaps you're looking at yourself and thinking, I'm all of these things. You know, why is it I'm focusing in on what I'm not rather than what I am here? So I think you're really starting to see the power of moving on. See, the Five of Swords is about winning the battle but not the war. So it's like, yep, I didn't win this step in my journey, but I'm still moving forward because I'm ready to fight whatever else comes my way. So it's like you're giving up on one thing but going into battle for the next. Okay, so moving forward here with the Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in now. Okay, this is really nice. So you can see it actually turning around here. Okay, ready to rebuild, ready to put energy into yourself, ready to rebuild who you are and close out this cycle. Very nice. Okay, so the cycle you're closing out is the negative thinking, negative way of doing things, closing out any sadness, unhappiness that you've perhaps placed in other people, and learning to focus the good energy, this Queen of Pentacles, grounded, solid energy, this Queen of Wands, this beautiful, passionate energy back at yourself. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, very lovely reading. It was such a heavy reading to start with, but I really get what the universe is trying to say here. So let's just go through it again. Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. Maybe this is what you do to yourself when things don't go your way. Maybe you do put yourself in this energy. Maybe you start going into this sort of victim mentality where you know there are things out there, but you are sitting in your sadness here and not seeing what opportunities are there for you. Two of Swords says to me that you have the opportunity here to see beyond what doesn't show its face. So it's sort of like you can see beyond what's happening in the present moment. So you're understanding there's more to life than what's currently happening. Five of Cups says to me there's been some sort of sadness in your life and you're too busy focusing here rather than focusing on the open door behind you. Four of Cups says that perhaps you're dissatisfied with what life's had to offer, but somehow or another here, you know that you can go into co-creating with the universe and bringing in exactly what you want here. So what I see here is someone who's choosing to go in another direction. They're letting go of the fear, the aching, the pain of the past, and understanding that the future offers them great opportunities. And in this flip, there's some sort of changing of a cycle. There's some sort of closing out of things that no longer serve you. So I want to say to you, although you've been through this pain and heartbreak, you're about to let it all go. Whatever it is for you, it may be to do with your life, your work, your family, whatever it is, you're closing it down and you're choosing here with the Two of Swords to cut out what hasn't served you, to cut those things out of your life that no longer bring you any joy. Because you're taking on this beautiful energy here of sort of taking back your own personal power, your personal control. So understanding that you can bring better things into your life if you leave the past behind. And this here is just beautiful energy. It's about closing out a cycle and investing in yourself, and then you're coming out as this Nine of Pentacles, which says you're going to feel really like this self-investment for you is bringing you the joy and happiness that you really want to have in your life, rather than focusing on this past stuff that's behind. So for some of you, it's letting go of some sort of victim mentality, you know, understanding that you're not the victim, you haven't been rejected, life really isn't that bad, but you're focusing on the worst part of it rather than focusing on what's best. Okay, so we have the card of indecision coming out here, which is quite interesting after seeing that. So maybe this is a choice you're making at the moment. Because indecision is which choice to make, you see. Do you stay in the past and just accept things as they are? Or do you realize that you can make your own future here by co-creating with the universe? Okay, so this card marks the presence of two or more possible choices in your life. It shows you anxiously looking at two roads, wondering which would be the better choice. Yet, I have to turn a page. You are standing still, feeling confused by the up and down emotions of your present indecision. So this is choice for people today, and I feel this moon's going to do this for you, because I feel like this moon, for me, the energy that's around this morning is about you making a conscious choice now rather than living in your emotions and your past energy. You could spend days, months, or even years in this back and forth energy, all the while feeling your focus and your life force energy draining away. This indecision creates a paralysis of will, one that can keep you stuck while you're waiting to be certain about the results of your choice. It's time to let go of the analysis and self-doubt that have been keeping you stuck. Meditate on your options and see where your spirit guides you. Consider which direction resonates with you most, both in the process and in the goal. Follow your heart and make the honoring choice. Wow, that's amazing. Because I look here and I think this is what you're about to do. See, you're closing out some sort of cycle here. This is the energy you're in. And we did see that with the Two of Swords as well. This really strong indecision on which way to go. But I feel with this full moon tonight, you're going to make the decision to move forward, because I do see you closing this out and moving into much more beautiful times, really understanding who you are, really understanding your values. Something is changing for you here though, big time. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.